Let's go on a little tour of the emerging Silvopasture. Got some mulberry pollarded here. We got some John Hershey, two different types of John Hershey honey locust grafted onto native rootstock. Got some other trees for diversity. In some places we have various clovers and certainly yarrow and definitely some comfrey in those guilds. We have whole nice lines of trees with paths in between. This is one of our currently unused chicken tractors because they're all very small and they're in one. We got Merriweather over there playing sheepdog to the chickens. She's very proud of herself because she's herded them all into a very small space. What you're seeing here is a pasture or a paddock that the sheep have recently grazed in, and then I high mowed just to get some of the remaining biomass onto the ground. Continue to build soil. Here's another Pollarded mulberry, some Pollarded black cherries, just to kind of show you what the honey locusts are going to be in this kind of configuration. They're not going to be these giant trees shading out everything. They will provide some shade to the sheep at about that height and allow a lot of grass growth as well. This is the active chicken tractor right now. They're ready for their breakfast. Every day this gets moved, and so they get fresh bedding and some food, bugs, all kinds of good stuff. So they're going to get moved in just a moment here. This is the pasture or paddock, sorry, that the sheep were just most recently in. Not mowed yet. They were here for about 4 days and got really sunny. Unfortunately, I had built this sunshade just in time for the high heats, and so they would basically kind of sit in that for the day while I tried to get the forest paddock set up, again with the extreme heats. And you can see how they smothered the grass here with their wool coats. But at least they had a place to go and plenty of water. These are some solar panels that a friend Mike Canarelli gave me that are going to power our yurt when we set that up. Really appreciate that gift from Mike. All set up on nice wood structures. In the middle here, a garden, which I call a biological engine for the field, which is interesting. You know, sure, it yields food, but really it makes all the rest of the pasture really vibrant and full of microorganisms, just because of all of the biological activity going on in here. Then we have our small apiary, currently with 3 active colonies. I'm about to add honey supers for them. Seems to be plenty of forage now. And this one was recently split from the middle one there. Thanks to friend Lori Stahl for coming to help me with that and teach me a little bit about it. Back here I have some sweet potatoes. Maybe we'll get a closer look in a moment, but the sweet potatoes are growing from barn straw that's been partially decomposed. So kind of an experiment that I've been running the last couple of years. I've got some okra in the middle here, some cucumber. I need to clip those little blossoms. Here's garlic, which is actually, gosh, looks like it's almost ready to pick. I think maybe one more brown leaf and we're good to go. And then here I have a greens bed, which includes volunteer garlic mustard. I find that if you just let other things grow in it, you actually have less predation because critters might go for the things they're used to, which is kind of surprising. And so I'm very careful about the way I weed. And I know, like, to many of you watching this, you're like, ooh, that's ugly. But it works pretty well. I just need to get these, like, you know, I just need to manage these vines. And also it's a cover for the ground, you know, so basically I don't have the sun beating down on the soil constantly because it's covered by something. And these collards are doing very well in that. So I'm super happy about that. And then I have some broccolini over here that I planted in the fall last year with help from V. Shout out to V. And they're now going to seed. So as soon as these little pods dry out, I'll collect all the seed and have plenty of broccolini seed to share. Over here, I have my Roof Max tote. It held at one time soy methyl ester, a bio product that I actually is part of my day job. And so I was able to get this and know that it didn't have harsh chemicals in it, which was great. Washed it out, keep it full of water. This is a huge efficiency for me, because now I can just bring barrels up over the period of a day, fill it up, and it lasts for weeks to water the animals. There's the gator. Her name is Phyllis. She's all paid off. Got some asparagus over here. Gonna expand that a little bit, kind of push it that way as time goes on with the broad fork and moving roots around and stuff. Beautiful pokeweed that I like to make space for. These are 2 boxes that actually both came from a sandbox that was being offered for free on Marketplace. That was the bottom of the sandbox that I cut and turned into a tall bed. And then this is the perimeter of it. And basically I'm gonna basically kind of use it to mulch, and that's gonna kind of create soil in it, and add a few sticks and stuff in there. And then probably next year, or maybe in the fall, add some nice compost and sort of make a raised garden bed mix. And then here's those sweet potatoes we talked about. A little closer look, they're doing great. I mean, basically it's going to be so easy to pull this apart and pull out giant sweet potatoes when the time is right. And then I planted a lot of native pollinator plants over here, kind of for the bees to get started. I'm collecting our family compost right here. Garden scraps, leaves, food scraps. And then here you see another Silvopasture row. I put the compost up here now for the same reason as the garden. It's a biological engine, so I find that wherever the compost was, obviously, not just under the compost, but all around it, a lot of life. The soil improves tremendously. You can dig in and get, inches of topsoil where before you had none, in a nice radius around it. Some of the trees, diverse trees we have in the Silvopasture include staghorn sumac. We're going to plant some Osage orange and also spice bush in here as well. And basically, the trees in the Silvopasture will be either food or medicine, and it'll be great. Here's the 2 twins, Loki and Astrid, enjoying the new forest paddock, which this is what I've been working towards for days now, basically trying to get 20 minutes of under 95-degree weather and having an opportunity. Really, the work is not setting up the fence, which is very easy to use, Premier One polybraid fence, but it's protecting the trees that either have emerged and I need to put a tube on, or that I've planted and need to reinforce because the sheep can be relentless for some of the trees that I've planted. You can see this beautiful pawpaw tree right here. They won't touch the pawpaws, and that's kind of cool. So it's nice to pepper them throughout and have another kind of crop going. But they basically have a 1/4 acre of woods that they'll be in for the next few days when it's incredibly hot. A little water to come up here and get some water, just coming from our beautiful tote, just gravity fed, because it's basically on top of the hill, which is beautiful. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. You see the sassafras trees, that's where we get our gumbo filet. Just did an amazing harvest of that on a leaf day. And yeah, hope you guys stay cool, enjoy the summer days, and hope you enjoyed a little pasture tour.